Hey, what's up guys, Just Boost here and welcome back to another Digimon video. This past weekend we had the Store Championship, the first one for the BT10 format. I did a little poll on my channel where I asked you guys what deck you wanted me to play, and the deck I played actually won by a considerable amount. The options were Dark Knightmon, Justimon, Blackwargreymon, Gaimon, so this deck, or just other, and this one won by like, I don't know, 70% or something, so yeah, I played Blackwargreymon. I definitely thought it was a good anti-meta deck. I really restructured the deck a little bit because I no longer thought it was like the strongest engine in the form, so I had to play some cards to combat the current format, which mostly exists, or at least I thought it would mostly exist, of cross-hard decks, which it did, actually. So yeah, anti-meta, Blackwargreymon, Gaimon. Yeah, let's just hop into the deck list, and after that I'll talk about the matchups. Alright, hopping into the deck profile, we're just playing 4X. Actually, we're just playing this Coromon, which is the, if it has Agumon or Greymon in the name, it gains plus 1000 TP. Yeah, just the draw Coromon. It just won't come up that much, right? Because we don't really want to be recklessly swinging in the early game, and the plus 1000 will just help us reach certain thresholds, especially in combination with either Hero or the plus 2000 Agumon. For this this tournament, literally never missed the 5th egg. I think I reached the 4th egg like once, but it was fine. Really didn't need the 5th one. Yeah, not much to say about that. To be honest, I think this has become pretty standard. Then for the level 3s, we're playing 3 of the Agumon X antibody. On play you can add a Greymon or Omnimon and the X antibody option from your deck to your hand, by revealing the top 3. And it can evolve over any Agumon. For 0 cost, we are playing Cool Boy, so just helps us build up in certain situations. In comparison, we're just playing 3 of this Agumon. I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, this is like better because you have the chance where you actually will hit both a Greymon card and Omnimon, so you can actually add 2 to your hand opposed to this. However, if you want to be playing multiple of the X antibody just for the fact that we can evolve it over Agumon and then gain 1 memory with Cool Boy, which is definitely something that comes up. But I'm playing another level 3, you can probably guess what it is, because I already mentioned this being like more of an anti-meta deck. But yeah, 3 of this Agumon, but still 4 of the plus 2000 promo Agumon. If there's Greymon in the name, then plus 2000 makes us reach all the thresholds we really want. So yeah, for Agumon we're playing a total of 11. In the last format I was playing 12 rookies all the time, but now I'm actually playing 13 because we added Solarmon to the deck. With Digicross becoming a mechanic, your opponent not being able to reduce play cost is pretty important. It does help slow down your opponent. This card performed pretty well, I want to say. I'm going to be keeping this in the list for the foreseeable future. Yeah, it's just nice against all the cross decks. They can still Digicross, but then they have to pay the full cost. And yes, most if not all of the cross decks do have relatively simple outs to this, but it will mostly guarantee that you actually get another turn, because they most likely won't be able to both out this in the same turn and then go into any of the important Digicross Digimon. But running the Agumons is still more important for the consistency of the deck than the Solarmons, but I definitely think the Solarmons were good, and I did see them when I needed to most of the games. And it's also nice against Def X, prevent you from getting Def X, so you will feel pretty safe having this on the field. And worst comes to worst, you can just evolve it over your Coromon to, draw cards and evolve up into a level 4. So yeah, Solomon definitely pretty nice. There's no issue. It will give you yourself, some of the Digicross decks, they also play cards like this, and then you can't actually Digicross because they say both players can't do it, not just the opponent. But yeah, there's we're not reducing any play cost, so definitely fine. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the level 3 lineup. Then the level 4 lineup, we're playing this guy, the Greymon X, along with 4 copies of the Virus Greymon. These are actually the only Greymons we are playing. Yeah, it's just so good, right? It makes your stack feel really safe, and I'll actually just show the last level 4 I'm playing as well, which was Deltamon. So the thing is, I just kind of missed more Greymons, to be honest, because there's the one match I lost, I definitely lost because I couldn't get access to a stack with Greymon X and double leveled into it, so I couldn't really protect my guy when I got hit by Kokaidi's Breath and Rattlestar, which was definitely very annoying. I wanted to play the Deltamon because you will already have seen in the thumbnail probably that I am playing Megadramon, which is that card's definitely amazing, and I really just wanted to be able to evolve into it for cheap. And you know, Deltamon will reduce the cost by 2 if you digivolve into a 2-color or composite, and Megadramon is a 2-color. As well as, of course, the Metal Greymon we were playing, so we're evolving into both of those for just 2, which is that's definitely good. I can totally will use 5 memory to go into this and then go into the Metal Greymon. However, let's say if you have a cool boy, and which you will have pretty often, just this, then you're actually also only evolving into it for 5 memory, because you're just going like evolving to this for 2. Then evolve for 3, gain 1 memory back, and then evolve, pay 4 to go into the Metal Greymon or the Megadramon. So honestly, I'm not sure how necessary this is. I'm not sure if I will keep playing it. I did play against Blue Lord Mondo, and the inheritable effect of this really shined in that matchup. But I really think that there's more value in just being able to keep a protected stack. I'm not saying the card is bad per se, but I really missed having a really safe stack with the Gaimon X. So Deltamon probably won't be in the list. Then level 5s, Metal Greymon. I mean, what's to say about this at this point, right? Just the good card. Still looking for 2 copies of the new promo Metal Greymon, and the one coming out of the Digivice, which is very cool. But yeah. Then I'm on double Greymon X antibody. Yeah, it's still the same from my old builds. And then I'm playing double Megadramon, and this card's just I'm not sure if I want to say it overperformed, but it was just really amazing. I played against Crossheart twice, and this card it wins you that matchup, right? Every time you go for a check, you can delete one of your tamers, get rid of the Taiki. It does happen where when you swing and then you hit delete their Taiki and then you hit the Taiki in security, but that's just unlucky. The evolve effect also does the same. Like, you can't delete 4 cost tamers with this, but against Digicross, all their relevant tamers, they are 3 cost, and if you want, you can use the Blackwargreymon to get rid of the memory tamers. I do think this ratio was pretty good. I might actually consider playing like a third one of this instead of one of the Metal Greymon X antibody, just because this card was so good in the Crossheart matchup. And that matchup can be really scary. Even our deck is just built to beat it, and even then, it's just so fast and it does a lot of stuff. But yeah, Megadramon, great addition to the deck. I guess I sort of missed Ultra's mode for the reason I explained before, but I definitely think that this it holds its weight in the deck, and yeah, I really like this. And then for the level 6s, I'm playing the full playset of Blackwargreymon. Again, tamers are just so important in this format. Like, Blue Flare is pretty reliant on their memory tamer. And then against Digicross, this just deletes 2 tamers. And then, if you have this in the stack, or, evolve into this and this in the same turn, you're gonna be deleting 3 tamers, which is really, really good. I think 3-3 for Gaio and Blackboard was the best agreed on, or staple ratio, but I definitely really like playing 4 of this, just so important in the Crossheart matchup. I'm however still playing 3 Gaio. Yeah, I went to a 4-2 split for a second, but I really kept missing the Gaimon just because, the blitz and the additional pressure from the security deck +1 is just so good. Still one of the best boss monsters in the game. Blackwargreymon also really getting its chance to shine this format, making this a pretty good anti-meta deck in my opinion. And then Blitz only, it's game. I did consider playing the Omnimon X antibody, the new one, which makes you look at security and stuff, but I didn't have the time to test it, or at least maybe I did have the time, but I didn't test it, so I wasn't sure, and this is just very, very loyal boy, which just attacks for game, so yeah. not much to say about that. Then moving on to the tamers, actually those are literally the same as in my previous build. Just still on hero and then on triple cool boy. This card's still really good. Obviously I cut some of the Gaimon, so it was like a little bit less consistent in the memory game, but it still it came up enough. I still think hero is the best tamer, just because it makes it relatively safe to swing into your opponent's security. Yeah, not much to say about that. Still really like hero over either Ty or Marcus. Then for the options, still on win rate 6%. I talked about in depth in my last video, but being able to cheaply evolve into your level 4s, or I mean your level 5s or your level 6 is really important, especially now with Crossheart, where you will be able to go Megatron, Blackwargreymon, pop multiple tamers, incredibly strong. So yeah, not much to say about that. And then the last option I'm playing is just the full set of memory boosts. It's just a consistency card. The memory is definitely important because your evolutions are quite expensive. You'll see I'm not playing Congo anymore. I had to make space for the additional Blackwargreymon and the Solarmon, where Solarmon, it pretty much like it fulfills the role Congo had in the last form, where it was like a little bit of an anti-meta card, and now Solarmon does that. Depending on how the form shapes up and, you know, the popularity of security control, maybe I will have to play Congo again, but for this tournament at least, it was fine. Yeah, that is the list. Alright, that was the deck list, guys. I already mentioned at the start of the video I would talk about the matchups. I think I only played against like new meta decks actually, so that was really good just for testing purposes. Round 1 I played against my friend Bruce, who played Blue Nordmon. It's not quite as strong as it will be with the new EX set dropping next month. But I was actually very impressed by what it did. It was quite a close match actually. I thought my match would be really good, but game 1 he just like spammed the entire field, and even with all the destruction the deck has, it was quite hard to out. But I did manage to win game 2 and 3, because game 3 he just like bricked horribly. Then in the second round I played against another friend of mine who we traveled with, Edwin, who was playing Crossheart. Another really close match. It was my first time playing against Crossheart, and it was really tough, even with like all the tamer destruction. It was really close, and like I managed to close out the entire match in the last turn of overtime. So that was nice, but it was probably the closest match I played at the tournament. Then round 3 I played against the eventual winner, which was Chris. His deck profile is actually also up on my channel. He was playing Blue Flare. Again, I wasn't quite aware of everything the cards did. Like I knew the game plan a little bit, but I failed to properly play around his Cocytus Breath and Rebel Star cards. Game 1 I probably could have played around it, but I just played into it and I lost because of that. And then in the third game I couldn't build up the stack. I already mentioned it in the deck profile with the Gaimon X, which made me consider some of my deck choices. But yeah, Chris managed to win the round after that as well and win the tournament, so that was good. And then in the last round I played against Crossheart again. That was like a super swift 2-0. Because I just, both games I got into my Megatron stack really quick. He couldn't deal with the stack, and I just kept deleting his tamers every turn. Like at the end of each of his turns he had like literally no cards left on field, and I had the Blackwargreymon stack, so that was pretty nice. Really showed off how good the deck can be performing against that deck. I was really happy playing this deck. Probably at the next tournament I'll be playing the Dark Knightmon deck, because I want to test that in the tournament setting as well. I think it's really cool. We also have the DC1 coming up, and then next month another Ultimate Cup, but I think that might actually be with EX3, I'm not sure. But yeah, Blackwargreymon, I still think it's a really good pick. If you just look at it from like an anti-meta perspective, still probably my favorite deck to play. I have been playing it since BT8 now, and in BT9 was really good. I think in this format it might actually also find its place in Tier 1, but you know, we'll have to wait and see, wait for some bigger tournaments to see how it turns out. Yeah, either way, you know, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, tell me what you thought about the deck, if you have like any other spicy ideas for this specific deck, and you know, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!